welcome. You're watching Markets at Noon with me, Mansi Dave, Ankur Mishra, and Kavita Thaplyal. And this afternoon looks range bound yet again for the domestic markets. There were hopes and signs of positivity when we were starting the day. Of course, the positive global cues were weighing in, but at the same time, while the markets did start on a positive note, at present, if you see, the indices, both benchmarks as well as the broader markets are volatile in trade. But we have a lot of result action, and on your screen, as you see, United Breweries Limited, the company did post its quarterly numbers, and if we have a look at the numbers, it was a good set on all fronts. If you have a look at the net revenues, you'll see an up move in the numbers, and at the same time, all the parameters were quite positive. The revenues did go up with around 16%, and the net profit did see an upsurge of around 6%. We have the management of United Breweries to discuss the forward-looking approach of the company and the guidance which they'll take ahead for the next quarters. We have Vivek Gupta, MD and CEO United Breweries, joining with us. Vivek, thank you so much for giving your time to ET Now. My first question to you will be on the numbers, particularly for the strong revenue and the volume growth. Congratulations on a year-on-year basis. It was a good number. So can we expect this trend to sustain? Will high-teen double-digit revenue growth be a fair estimate for FY26?
We are very excited to report 11% volume growth and 16% net sales growth. We are also very excited to deliver 46% premium growth, which means our fundamentals are quite strong and the strategies we have put together are working. I think on your question, will this trend continues? I think there is a part of this growth is also based on the year before, were an election year, and in some states our business had got impacted. So I would say that, is there a potential of this kind of growth? It really depends on the excise policies in few of these states. Because even in this growth, states like Karnataka, states like Rajasthan, the states like West Bengal, where beer category is down double digit. And we are hoping that government makes some positive moves so that, category can come back on growth, because excise duties have really gone up. So I think that going forward, this kind of growth is definitely possible, but it will need affordability of the beer and some intervention on the excise policies by the government to make beer more affordable.
Mr. Gupta, hi, Ankur this side. Talking about your margins, EBITDA margins dipped 65 basis point YOY despite revenue growth. What are the key cost pressures impacting margins, and how do you see margin trends ahead in coming quarters?
No, we had a 50 basis point reduction in gross margins, but our profit after tax grew 6% and EBIT grew double digit. As I've always mentioned, that we are investing in the growth, we are investing in category development. As you would appreciate, in a summer season, growing 11% volume and 16% net sales is quite impressive. We had to make choices, both in terms of advertising or of our Kingfisher water brand, but we had to make choices in terms of investing in capital. We had to make choices in investing in people. We also had to make choices in serving our customers, because in certain states where we didn't have capacities, we had to, do interstate transfer. So our freight charges had gone up, and it also got impacted because of the state mix. Because certain states like Karnataka and West Bengal, which are critical states, when category is down in those states, it puts pressure on the gross margins. But despite all of these, I think we are quite pleased with the overall growth and the absolute money we are able to generate for the business, and the investments we are making, which are for long run. And we know that some of these investments will give us the operating leverage, what you guys are looking forward to.
Right, Mr. Gupta, now your premium portfolio, if you just have to talk about that, has seen a strong volume growth of almost 46%, beating estimates. Now, would like to know what are the growth levers here to ensure this segment continues to perform well, and what are your organization targets for FY26?
No, we are actually doing a catch-up as UB on premiumization. Last year, we grew our premium volumes, grew 34%. In the first quarter, we grew almost 24%. This quarter is 46%. We continue to have this range of growth on premium above 30% for the rest of the year and going forward for the next few years as well. This is driven by very, very, very good performance of our brand Ultra and Ultra Max. The more states we localize this production of Ultra, Ultra Max, and we are able to provide more supplies, customers love it. It is also driven by our flagship innovation of Heineken Silver, which is doing extremely well in states of Maharashtra, Goa, Mumbai, and now in Karnataka. And we have also recently expanded our premium strong proposition of Amstel Grande, which we launched in West Bengal, which is doing extremely well. And now we are expanding in Karnataka as well. Um, so it is all driven by the innovation program, very, very strong focus on the quality, and very, very strong focus on the overall premium package what consumers are looking at. So you can expect this premiumization trend continue at least on our portfolio.
Absolutely, Mr. Gupta. If we try and understand the geographical business picture for United Breweries Limited, regionally, growth was strong in the south but negative in the east. What led to this situation? What challenges are you facing, particularly in the eastern markets, and how do you plan to address them going ahead?
The biggest challenge we are facing is in West Bengal. The West Bengal duties have increased on beer significantly, which has slowed down the category growth. And so we are actually working proactively on improving our supply chain network, but also working with the government to really share the data on how it impacts the overall beer category growth, because West Bengal is one of the markets which has huge potential and affordability is super critical. We are doing extremely well in Assam. There has been an impact in Odisha as well because of the duty increase. So there is an impact on the category in East, but there is also a bit of work we have to do in our supply chain and in our network so that we can serve our consumers. So we are working actively to see how we can expand our capacities in some of the eastern states.
Mr. Gupta, you remain optimistic about long-term beer demand. What growth assumptions are you building in FY26 and for FY27 in terms of volume as well as value?
See, I still think that the category growth on beer should be 6 to 7%, but the potential of beer to grow is enormous. It all depends on the regulatory framework, because even in this 11% growth, we have states where we've declined double digit, and we have states where we have grown more than double digit, and a lot of it depends on the affordability and availability. So I think there is law. It all depends on how the regulatory framework. So for me, the most critical predictor of this is whether we have a predictable excise regulatory environment, so that we can sustain. But potential of double-digit growth of beer category is absolutely there. But if but based on what I've observed, I think I still see the outlook of volume growth to be 6 to 7% for the full year.
Mr. Gupta, let's talk about excise duty structures. Now, specifically talking about Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, they have seen changes in excise duty structures and retail policy tightening recently. What is your assessment of the demand impact in these states, and how are you adjusting these strategies because of the change in policies now?
Yeah, I think we have seen a very positive momentum in Andhra Pradesh. And I really believe that if Andhra state continues to have good policies of driving moderation and quality products, Andhra state revenues will increase. So we are adjusting. We announced that we are leasing one brewery in Andhra. So we have now two production facilities, and I'm happy to say that that facility will start production and dispatches from this month itself. So we have increased our capacity in Andhra. In the season, we actually had to import products that also impacted our margins, but that was the right thing to do to be customer centric. In Telangana, we have seen a category impact because of the price increase to consumers. We still believe there is a lot of scope for duty rationalization in Telangana to make the business viable so that we can invest more in Telangana. So we are in consistent conversation with the government, but more to come on that.
Okay, Mr. Gupta, one last thing which I would want to understand is on the restrictions, protocols, and legalities. Well, reports suggest Maharashtra government could be looking to lift 50-year-old restriction on issuing new liquor shop licenses. What does this mean for the industry, and any positive impact which you see on the company and the business?
See, look, as I said, that affordability, availability, and awareness is the key drivers for this category. Anything which will helps improve availability and make it easier for consumers to buy beer will actually help the category in long run, and which will also help people to stay away from hard alcohol and to try to start drinking moderate beer, because as you know, beer is sold when it is cold, and it is very difficult for consumers to transport beer to far off places because it's bulky and it's heavy, and beer has less alcohol content versus spirits which has much higher alcohol content. So any decision which actually helps drive availability of beer closer to the consumer, and especially in Maharashtra where there are beer stores, I think it would help the category, but it will also help to drive moderation and responsible consumption in the society.
Mr. Gupta, thank you so much for joining and sharing your inputs for quarters to come. With this, it's time to take a very quick break, but after the break, we'll discuss investment strategies on your portfolio.